hello everybody. How are we doing? I'm here.
Greetings, chat.
Lucy's here. There's no sound, so this is just deathly quiet. I guess we've got a little bit of... I do still have the rain sound on here, but I'm going to stick with
Am
the
I
music
muted?
on. No, you aren't.
Ah.
How
I'm
dare...
still. I'm gonna say that until the end of time.
I know. I'm aware. It's funny every time. Thank you, Arian, for coming in with that raid. I hope you were having some good art. I hope it was a good time.
Were you doing our awful Destiny characters?
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Thank you for murdering your own eyes with our glorious color palettes.
And yeah, welcome in everybody. Two Penny Raven, hello. I see Twitch calling you out with the first time chat, but hi, it's lovely to see you. Welcome in.
Welcome in. And I think we need to thank Andy Pants as well. 23 months.
Oh yeah, so I had a feeling there was something else and I'd missed it.
I'm not going to read your joke, it's awful.
What do you call 2,000 mockingbirds? 2 kilo mockingbirds.
Very good.
Yeah. So as the music, which is a piece from Jusson, fades in, how are we all doing? How is everybody? Welcome to this auspicious stream. Auspicious. Exactly. As the title mentions, Book Week cometh. It is on its way. It lurks upon the horizon. Why has that gotten rid of Lucy's camp? Just because oh
no, I just bit.
I moved your camera to the back. Is OBS now not capturing something if it's not? Yeah, if you're not if you're not on top of all the other windows. Okay, well I guess you're now pinned on top. Great, I love that. That's a new trick. That's not how...
Woo!
Why?
Rhoda, why are your hands purple?
What, have you been gathering berries? That's my first guess.
Maybe. Yes.
Why?
Right. I was about to say something else and I can't remember what it was. Yes, so I've just had an idea. I might make an alert sound for Book Week that's just an Inception blah, but with either mine or your voice over the top going week.
Great.
That seems like a good use of my time.
Yep.
I'm picking bilberries. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good berry season.
Good berry season to you.
Yes, indeed. It's been hot. We've had wet. It's been yes. 2.5 litres for the freezer. Damn. Okay. It is going to be a good berry season.
Yeah. It is so warm.
Yes.
I have my fan on, and then it's visibly making noise on the microphone, so I have turned the fan off. But I have opened the windows because Joey is currently not in the room, but it is so warm. Yeah. That is the enduring sentiment.
I have a fan on, so apologies if you can hear that through the mic. You shouldn't be able to because it's quite a quiet fan, but I know how warm Sam's room is. It's not fun. Mine, on the other hand, I have all the windows open. I have a nice breeze coming through and a fan.
I have a cat.
You do. I don't.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Joey seems to disagree.
Joey is like, he loves you.
I love Joey.
Yeah.
Until it's 2 a.m.
And he's like, hey, just scratching at your face. Like, hey, I'm sorry. Slight medical emergency. I need attention.
I need fuss, or else I will die.
Yeah.
Does Joey love chat? Joey has, to be fair, in the last few years, taken a bigger interest in screens.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He will watch things.
Yeah. Oh, Raven, you put one of my Mark Twain, excuse me, Mark Twain videos on the other night, and it put you to sleep. Yay!
Kind of the idea, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before. How are the audio levels? Because I just noticed I was peaking a little bit. Then I'm just going to turn my gain down a touch. Yeah, I mean, I said before, like I in part think of these a little bit as bedtime stories.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if people fall asleep.
Yeah, go for it. I personally have trouble falling asleep listening to things because I'm aware at the back of my mind that I'm going to have to turn the thing off. So like I can't put on Spotify or leave something like that going because I'm going to have to like press stop on it at some point. And I don't think I can maybe fall asleep listening to stuff, but I don't think I actually sleep well if sound is still going. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, no, if it's helping put other people to sleep, and you're listening to what we do, then we're happy to have it.
Maybe that's what we should have, like some kind of tagline that's just like curing your insomnia.
One book at a time.
Yeah.
I think advertising as a cure is a
yes and no, maybe not.
yeah, step into the wrong side of YouTube that I don't want to go near.
Bit. It's 31 degrees there, Andy, and 70% humidity. That sounds awful. I am very sorry for you. It's not too humid here. It's kind of a dryish heat at the moment, so
yeah.
we're all right.
Yeah. Somewhere between 24, 25 degrees, but I saw like 27, probably 29.
It was 26 here today.
Yeah.
30 tomorrow.
There's a lot of it about.
And we will complain about it because we are British. Even though we have been complaining about the fact that there hasn't been a proper summer yet.
Yeah, where's the summer? Summer comes along.
Where's the summer? We just have rain. It's like, now it's too hot. It's like, oh, we don't want summer anymore.
And then it starts raining. I guess that was summer then. Hey.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, we are the worst.
We are never happy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Are you the only one with good weather, Parola? As in warm but nowhere near hot and a nice breeze? Yes, I want it. Give it. Send it this way.
I
hope you can logistically go to the festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks, but fingers crossed for you.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, good luck. But yeah, what do we have to talk about today? We have some books that we have been reading on and off stream, and I guess we have book week plans that we have the final say. We are in control here, but we're thinking we might sort of poll some ideas. Yeah, it's
like kind of one hand on the wheel going down a mountain.
Yeah, we know roughly where we're going.
Speaking of, before I'm just going to quickly tangentially go over to the Olympics. Did anybody see the flipping downhill mountain biking?
My parents were telling me about that.
Oh boy!
They said it was very good.
It was down to the wire.
Right.
It was, yeah, and the first and second place, it was Great Britain on first, and France on second.
Nice.
We got booed. France booed us, which I thought was very unsportsmanlike. It's like the French, stop it. You've been very good until now. Don't do this.
I mean, I feel like historically we've earned it, but still, it's not the spirit of the competition, is it, France?
No. But yeah, basically our guy overtook the French guy on a very hairy bit of the course, and they nearly both came down, and just about sort of stuck. And you did hear about the booing. Yeah, I know. It's just the Olympics. It's gotta be nice. But yes, Sam and I watched the women's skateboarding yesterday, and went, they're children.
They are kids. It is ridiculous how good they are.
It's just not fair.
Like,
I mean, Sam knows more than I do.
Yes, but I'm not like an expert. Like why don't they feel gravity? So my theory is, one, kids bounce, and two, lower center of gravity for a lot of them. But none of that is to diminish how terrifying what they are doing. It's like, as someone who's watched quite a few skate videos in my time, you sort of get quite kind of immunized seeing just like, a big set of stairs and a rail and someone like just ollieing down it, let alone any kind of flip trick where the board is leaving your feet and then you have to catch it and land it, or even attempting a grind, or it was the Australian one, what she was doing was like trying to do like a grind and then a flip out, by which I mean like flip like a kick flip or something out of it, like flipping the board, not front flip. That's
I wouldn't put it past them to try that either.
No, that'll be next time. That's like if you played Tony Hawk's or something, you're like, oh yeah, that's just left and square. That's real hard to do. That is absurdly difficult. and they're just, and that's the thing. Like you're trying it, you may be even failing it, and not shattering half the bones in your body and just leaving your head as a smear across the concrete. Like that's truly impressive.
I wonder if just like with how much more insane skateboarding has got, especially with now it's in the Olympics and everything. I wonder if there's a lot more training on, as you were saying, like how to take a fall and stuff. I imagine there probably is. I just remember the commentators saying something along the lines of like the winning point scores from last Olympics would not qualify this year.
Yeah.
Like it's like what?
Yeah.
My God. Okay.
Yeah. It just struck me, like you're saying, like training for how to take a fall. That I find that funny in the same way that at the start of Jackass, where they would put up a disclaimer saying the following stunts are performed by trained professionals, and you're like, no, they're not. They are literally just people who opted into this. Like they have given their consent to be like punched in the balls by a comically oversized boxing glove. They haven't trained and studied and had like stunt training to take this. They've just agreed to it. And skating is much the same. It's like you learn how to take a fall by taking 700 falls before it. and you do that because you enjoy skateboarding like that. And it's something I could never do. That was always I could have made pro if no.
This is why Sam isn't an Olympic skateboarder.
It's exactly. This is the only this
is the only reason.
I was always too afraid to take a slam. And so
you are also somewhat tall.
I am.
So you've got a longer way to fall.
Yeah, but I was like, how old was I? 17, 18, 19? You're reckless at that age. In fact, when making for media studies, when we had to make an advert and or like an ad campaign for a made-up fizzy drinks company, and one of the ideas we hit upon was simply me skating along on a skateboard, being distracted by someone. Like I was in the background, being distracted by someone in the foreground, cracking open a can, and just like falling off the board. And we were doing this. I was like riding behind a wall, so you couldn't exactly see me hit the ground. But I was slamming off that board. So it's like I knew how to like essentially make it look convincing. They're like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, we'll just get a few more takes. It did a lot of takes. My shoulder was starting to hurt a bit by the end. But yeah, I knew how to like roll off a board, hit the ground and tumble and stuff. Not because anyone had taught me, but just I'd kind of done it enough times that I knew what to do. But yeah, in terms of like actual attempting tricks or anything like that, I never did anything that was putting myself in a position to fall off and just like either you land it or you probably slam into the ground and
snap something.
And this was a comment made by a friend. It was like, you need to take one big slam just to get it out the way. And I completely agree with it, but I just never did.
Well, it's the fact that though, like I can't remember which one of the maybe the Brazilian girl, I'm not sure. But like just saying it's like, oh, or maybe it was the Australian, just like, oh, she had a really bad back injury. Like it's like when you say like a really bad back injury, you basically mean a bit like what's her face? Is it Sky Brown, the American, I want to say, who won last year? It's just like, you mean she broke her back, right? That's what you mean by a bad back injury.
Probably
and it's
just like landed concertina of the spine or
like, to do that
folded
before you're 16 is insanity.
It's
just
exactly then. You got wheels.
Oh boy. Anyway, sorry, I tangented.
Yeah. No, we were going to watch the men's because
we need to watch that.
It's Street today. Street yesterday and today, and then Park, which is next week. Next, like a couple of week and a half away. But I was saying it to you yesterday. I'm really, really glad that they have that, like, not just that they brought skateboarding into the Olympics, but they've managed to keep it feeling like skateboarding. They've not like the term
so chill.
Yeah, like they've not sort of Olympicified it and like formalized everything. Like you've got judges and you've got scores, but that's how skate contest works. And you're still kind of arbitrary. Like you're still someone looking at something going, I think that's about an 83.7. I don't know. What's an 83.6 relative to that? Like, who knows? But the feel, the vibe of the whole thing, still, it feels just like a skate jam. Just like it's just a bunch of people who love doing what they're doing, just cruising around a park, just trying to one up each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really good.
You're getting very into how surfboarding is scored. I mean, the surfers are just having the best time. I really enjoyed watching like the opening ceremony for the sole reason that they suddenly cut away to Tahiti, where all the surfers are just standing on a beach, just chilling, just going. Eh. It's like, you guys are just on holiday.
Yeah. I mean, if.
It's great.
I feel like if you're good enough at surfing to represent your country on the Olympic level, and surfing has been accepted as an Olympic sport, you've earned that holiday. Like, hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's because I think it was on the Discord. Someone was saying on the John's Discord, someone was saying that it's basically surfing takes place at some point undetermined in this span of time.
Okay.
That it's just like we're just rather than this event, like the 100 meters will take place on this day at this time. It's like surfing, it's a variable. Yeah, it's like if during this time these conditions are met and the sort of surfing weather is okay, then you may go. The rest of the time, I guess, just chill and hang out.
Yeah, that's great.
It's wild. It's so good.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm intrigued to see when they do the breakdancing, how that's going to be done and scored and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad that it feels like they are pigeon. Keeping the spirit of the way these sports are done outside of the Olympics and like bringing that in it's good. I'm very happy about it, and nice. I hope that it does like raise the profile of these things, that there's people who wouldn't even know that skateboarding contests exist. Perhaps tuning in and watching it and going, oh, that's cool. And enjoying it, and just like little steps like that, it just makes it a little bit more acceptable in the future going forward. If their kids, like, if you've got like a parent who's like not watched it and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I mean, that was me watching the X Games years ago, and I'd record it because it would be on Channel 5 overnight, and then just like over the summer, like sit up watching it the next day. And my mum or my dad would come into the room because it would be in the living room. I never had a TV in my room. Just like sat in the living room watching the X Games, and it'd be like, oh, that's exciting. And all parents going, nah, that's way too dangerous. Yeah, true. I mean, you can't odds that, but yeah.
I feel like that's just any sport, really.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like what I was saying yesterday, when you say you've got like someone attempted like a big kickflip down a massive flight of stairs, landing awkwardly, like slipping off the board, hitting the ground, rolling, and you're like, ooh, and I'm just there like, nah, she's fine.
Yeah.
because it's like, for me, it's like, in so many other Olympic pursuits, it's like, if someone stacks it on the hurdles or like the 200-meter sprint or whatever, and like they fall and hit the ground, it's like a horse at the Grand National. Just bring out the shotgun. That's probably their career over. Whereas these people.
I think it's a bit better. I think it used to be like that, but I think very much now it's the same with like ballet dancing, for example. If someone has a fall, done, but now there's like physio is so much better, like rehabilitative.
We take better care of this now.
Better. So it's not necessarily your career's over, but it's definitely you're out of the running for a while.
Yeah, but it's like cyclists as well. When this is and obviously these are different things, because there's in cycling you have frankly a lot more energy and a lot more machinery going on, both just in your immediate situation and around you. that can, be lethal. But yeah, that's the thing. Like they're Olympic athletes, but they know how to take a fall because they've done it so many times before in the pursuit of getting to that level. So yeah. And that doesn't protect you from slamming your head into the ground. That's going to take anybody out. But they'll be better prepared to not let their head hit the ground in the first place, or not fold their legs the wrong way, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Yes. Also, hi Hoshiba.
Hello, welcome in.
And yes, the surfers are just having a great time in Tahiti.
Yeah, they're just vibing.
Yeah, they're also very light. Yeah, we did also say this Amras. It's just like they're fine. There's nothing of them. They'll bounce. But it did as you said. Like we were watching. It was just like, I mean, there's not a single, doesn't seem to be at least a single bit of bad blood between any of them.
Yeah.
Like they're all just super chill, and they're just like, yeah, whoever wins wins. Whoever wins doesn't fall over as many times. But yeah, to have
So I mentioned this to JD earlier, and he said actually apparently there was, I couldn't find a document of it online, but apparently like there was someone who was kind of salty about losing.
Really?
But I didn't like, from us watching it, I said like we were watching
it. The Australian.
Yeah, I don't know, because it didn't seem like it to us. Like they all just seemed super chill, super happy, just like stoked to see each other out there doing stuff, and just again, it's like you just want to see some cool stuff, whether you're the one doing it, and you'll be disappointed if you miss, but then the next person gets up and like nails something incredible, and it's like
whoa, let's
go. Like
cool.
That's
that's just kind of hyping each other up almost.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I was really glad. Was Resaliel the Brazilian?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, because she had a couple of falls in her actual skates, and then the tricks was just she was great.
Yeah.
She looked so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, because say like that's, again, as someone who used to watch the X Games, like that's what I know from that, of just like you watch a vert like on a half pipe final or something from the X Games, where they're essentially competing. Sure, it's not got the prestige of the Olympics. It's it's kind of the Mountain Dew equivalent, but they're still competing at the top level. These are the best names.
Yeah.
And you've just got a whole bunch of dudes in t-shirts and shorts, for the men's, just in t-shirts and shorts, just lined up at the top of the ramp, just all cheering each other on. And like, you'll have someone do something, just completely go off in a run, just do a whole bunch of stuff that you've not seen them do before, and like take your first place, and they're just there like, let's go. It's It's good. It's really good. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of other stuff as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's usually the thing. It's like I
feel like the BMX is fairly chill as well.
Yeah.
It's usually a good one to watch.
Yeah.
I just like watching the ones where people fall off things. Well, the stakes are higher, and usually they're fairly okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why I prefer the Winter Olympics. As I was saying to you, it was like, bigger slopes, more danger. Probably a bad thing. I don't actually like seeing people get hurt, but I don't know. The stakes are higher.
The threat of getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, if you're going to throw yourself off a mountain, then you kind of expect something.
For my entertainment, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, we don't need.
Anyway, that's our Olympics coverage.
Yep, there's your Olympic catch-up for this month.
Uh-huh.
It might be a little bit sparse for the next 4 years, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What else do we want? We've got books. I've got a couple sat beside me.
I read Annihilation.
You did.
I now have the rest of the trilogy. What Sam lent me, because I read Annihilation. And he was like, well, just take the others then.
I was going to say in an afternoon, but no, in an afternoon with time to read the others if you wanted, but no, like you got
probably about 2-3 hours, something like
that. Yeah. I figured you get through it quick because it is quite big print. Like it's not a long book. But yeah, Paralympic catch up next to Chilliteratea Stalking Stream. Oh yeah, good shout.
Oh yeah, when are the Paralympics?
Yeah.
I can never remember when they are in comparison with the Olympics. Is it like is it 2 years after? Is it 1 year after? Is it the same year? I never know. It was nice actually seeing all the Paralympians, well, not all the Paralympians, but some Paralympians carrying the torch actually at the opening ceremony.
Well, with you saying,
like,
I was going to say,
with
Lynn saying during the next
okay.
Chilliteratea Stalking stream, I was like, oh, that probably means it's pretty soon then.
Yes, that makes sense. You haven't watched anything from the Olympics? I mean, it's only day 3.
Yeah.
I haven't been anything particularly exciting.
I'm nowhere near as into it as I used. Like as a kid, it's a big event happening on TV.
Oh yeah, as a kid, it's like,
oh yeah, and when's the running? When and all that. And it's it's because it's the big showcase. But yeah, I'm a lot less interested in it now than I used to be. But I mean, again, having stuff that I'm interested in now that they cater to me.
Now that you have your special interest.
Yeah, then I'll go seek that stuff out and actually watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of bounced off like the normal stuff that everybody gets excited about, like I never particularly like watching swimming. Gymnastics, that's quite fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But all the athletics, I'm a bit like But when there's vehicles involved,
right? Yeah.
Bikes or I guess skateboards now. That's the fun stuff, because there's more danger. I'm not a sadist, I promise. But things go fast, and things go faster when they're on wheels. I think that's the excitement, the thrill. It's just like, oh yeah, people can go fast, but bikes can go faster. As can skateboards. I do not like F1. I do not understand the point of F1. It's loads of cars going around in circles, and good God, I can't imagine how noisy it must be.
It's extremely noisy, and no matter how noisy you think it's going to be, it's more, because it's piercing too.
Yeah, just.
Well, I mean, I've not. Yeah, that. Ow.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean,
thanks, Amorous.
It'll be different now. As my dad was talking about it the other day, and like it will sound different now because the engines have changed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's still going to be loud though.
Yes, yeah. It was a while ago. I went to I think both a practice day and qualifying. And yeah, it is so loud. Even like it's again just like unthinkably loud and sharp, and it's like yeah.
Also, very bad for the environment.
Yeah.
They get a person on a bike, no emissions, apart from if they fart. But cars.
Yeah, although they have like it's probably just a kind of, I guess, the F1 equivalent of like offset your carbon footprint by donating some money to something, and like it's not actually making a difference. But they have over the years, I think, attempted to kind of acknowledge that, because they underwent a whole so they have, again, it's been many years now since I've watched, but when I was last watching, they were sort of developing and introducing this kinetic energy recovering system, which they called CARES, which was basically because when an F1 car is braking, it's generating a lot of energy, a lot of heat and stuff, and basically they were working on systems to go into the brakes to try and recover some of that energy, and then the drivers could use that to like turbo boost their cars. So you would have a button, so as you're braking, it's kind of building up a charge, and it sounds like Mario Kart. But then I forget, they had like restrictions on how often they could use it on a lap, but yeah, they would you'd have like allocated zones on straights where you can use it if you like accumulated the charge and stuff. And so it sounds very sci-fi. Again, to me, it sounds like an arcade racer. It's like, you've built up enough charge, now press your turbo boost button.
Yeah.
Shoot the car in front with a turtle shell, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, this
banana peel.
This was a genuine system that they developed and implemented into the cars, and you now get that sort of system, I think, in road cars. So it's the kind of thing. It's like I think they did go through, or have been through, stages of recognizing, we can actually use all this money and essentially all this ingenuity that we have to hand to develop new things. like new technologies to actually improve things somewhat. And it's still not going to offset the basic. None of this is like, and so it's good actually for the environment, because obviously it's not.
It's still bad.
Although I think probably the biggest environmental cost would be just moving the teams from place to place, because it's touring around the world, and
and you've got flying.
When it's not just moving like a car or two, you have so much equipment and so many people that you are moving from place to place. That's where the big environmental cost is going to come from.
Also, Two Penny Raven, the British diver who knits while he's waiting for his dives, I would only assume is Tom Daly, who just seems like an absolute sweetheart. And I think was actually not going to compete in the Olympics, and then competed this year, and I think we won silver in the men's doubles or something.
Nice.
But China won gold because they are terrifyingly good.
Right. Fair.
But, yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
We've got an exciting event coming up this summer.
Good segue.
Did you like the segue? Thank you very much.
Good, Segway racing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god. Can you imagine? That'd be brilliant. I would love that. Oh, that'd be so much. Yeah. Anyway. Book week.
Book week.
So we have pretty much decided on when it's going to be, and it won't start on a Monday because we're being awkward this year.
Yeah.
And it has to fit around things. But we're thinking from the 8th to the 15th of August will be our week.
Put that in your calendars and
put that in your diaries. Yeah, we'll probably put it on we will put it on the Discord.
Yeah, we'll try to make that
in advance and let you know what's happening when.
Yeah.
Probably, I would imagine we're not going to do all evening streams. There might be some streams.
Well, last time we varied things around a little bit. Even possibly talking about doing something off Twitch. Maybe.
Will we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Hang on.
We literally were just talking about.
Yeah,
this.
which is why I was baffled.
Where?
What?
Yes.
Where?
Different platform.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So I don't know. What do we want to give away? What do we want to? Because I mean, partly I'm interested in polling chat and seeing what you think. If you have any ideas or suggestions, things you liked, things you didn't like.
What did you like from last year? I can't honestly remember what we did last year, but
I know because we both did like a regular thing.
Yes, which we will still do this year.
Yeah, because were you reading Monte Cristo at the time or something?
Probably.
I have a feeling.
Yes, I was, because I don't think I finished it until October.
Yeah, because. Yeah, and I remember, because I didn't want to plan like an entire week's worth of new stories and things, because that's a tremendous amount of work. So I know for like one of mine, I revisited some old stuff. I just went and reread some old stories. Dress Up as Beloved Yellow Bears from children's book. No. You're new to this. Can you ask what Book Week entails? You can indeed. It's
yes, of course, new people.
It's an annual celebration that we decided we would start doing last year on the anniversary of the channel. Where last year was the second anniversary.
Last year was the second anniversary of the channel, but the first time we did Book Week.
Yes. And it's like the anniversary of the first stream of the channel. Where we decided we'll do like a celebratory week of streams where we do all sorts of different stuff. So last year, what did we do? I read some bits of sci-fi.
You did, yes.
Helen Manson, hey, welcome in.
And things. Greetings.
Yeah. Because what we usually try to do on here, what we exclusively do on here, is read old stuff, things that are in or arguably in the public domain, basically so that we can tell ourselves we're clear of anyone like copyright claiming the stuff that we're reading. And we don't want to essentially be giving away free audiobook copies of other people's stuff that they can, that's bad from our perspective and legally questionable too. So we don't want to do that. But we'll do stuff that's old and in the public domain. But for Book Week, because we're not doing the whole thing, we varied some stuff around. So yeah, I read some bits of sci-fi. So I'm not like reading the entire book. I read a bit of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division by one of my sort of recently favourite authors called Quantum. And you read some Woodhouse because you were doing about comedy.
Did. Yes.
So neither of which are in the public domain, but we thought we're just kind of reading extracts from and talking about how cool these things are.
Yeah, talking about like why we like them, the construction of them, stuff like that. We also did some. We were going to do some plays, but it's quite difficult with two of us. But we did some. We instead read some scripts from John Finnemore's Souvenir Program. Yeah, which was quite fun.
Yeah.
I don't think we do poetry.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm not sure we did. We shall do poetry this year, and don't worry, our patron saint will get on there. Because we can't have a stream. Oh yeah, for anybody who's new, look up William McGonagall. You won't be disappointed.
Yep. Where?
Oh, I was reading Tale of Two Cities. Blimey, hang on, wait. When was I? Was Count of Monte Cristo a year before that then?
Oh yeah, no, it was Two Cities. Yeah. I'm just looking on.
We did do poetry. Sam did a poetry stream for Armistice Day.
Yes.
Remembrance Sunday.
Yeah.
And read some like Sassoon and Wilfred Owen and war poets. Basically saying war's bad.
Yeah. I feel like I just want to do the same thing again this year. Like the point hasn't really changed.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of war poetry out there.
There is.
Monte Cristo was the year before. My God.
Okay, we have been doing this.
I feel like it's taken more time out of my life than I care to admit.
Yep. I'm now on our YouTube channel just to like go back over.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did a special talking over the games with Astrologaster.
Oh yes.
We did a bit of that. Wow, I thought that was more recent than that, but yep. Read some Quantum, did some Tale of Two Cities. Yep. I went back to reread some stuff in the first year, which I'd be happy to do again. Frankly, there's some things I'd be quite happy to reread. I'm sure. You did comedy.
I did.
I then read a bit of William Hope Hodgson, The Hog.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, that. Ugh.
And then it looks like we rounded things out with another one of these, with it was titled Plays, Poems, and Chill Hangouts. So, yeah. I think I hear Joey at the door. 1 second.
Oh no! Oh dear. Counter baffling turkey sandwich. Are you having fun there, Amorous? You're getting confused with Monte Cristo and Croque Monsieur. But
Amorous, we're not
right at the end of Monte Cristo. Really, Andy? I again feel like you've been around for longer than that. Wow. But there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically, we spend a week doing our 2 regular streams. We'll probably put one of these in as well. I think that's what we did last year as well.
Yeah.
Talking over the game / chilling out. And other bits.
Yeah, and doing some bits and pieces at different times of day, because usually it's an evening stream, but it was...
Yeah.
I think some people appreciated it being at different times of day, so they could actually tune in live, or it was just a better time.
Every time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a former English major and book lover, you can get behind this.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Welcome.
Come and join us. We have books.
Yeah. But, so like, I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with it yet, apart from read from it, but I have a book. I finally got the dispatch email for a book that I've ordered for this, which is like seemingly a whole collection of short stories, like 10 minutes. They won't be 10 minutes long, they'll be a little bit longer, but very short stories.
Nice.
Oh, are you going in your cube? Yes.
One of our faves.
So I'm looking forward to getting that and going through it and reading some stuff. And another thing that I've been thinking might be fun to do. So the other day, Lucy and I were looking for something to watch, and we happened upon a film.
Oh, you need to give some context first, because we had just been watching Subathon.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Loading Ready Run, a channel that we're both fans of, and probably enough people now know about. They've now started doing like an annual subathon, and kind of an important integral part of this subathon is a film watch along, where they try and find something that is in the public domain and then sit and watch it. And it's really nice and it's really fun, and we've both enjoyed it a lot. It's been a kind of, this would be not like a bad film, but like, you know, the kind of film that you can watch and make fun of as you go while still enjoying it. Yeah.
Stuff.
And so, like, in the wake of this, we were just looking for something to watch, and browsing through Channel 4's like on-demand films and stuff. It's a channel in the UK. We found one called Dead of Night, and like, it's like a black and white horror film from 1945. Okay, this will probably be a bit of fun. Let's put that on and watch it. Turns out it's an absolute banger of a film. So good. It's really good.
So good. Just so beautifully constructed. Just everything is just
I think. Oh no, you made the Snubathon joke the other day when I talked to you. Right? Yes. Okay. You're varying it around at least. Well done. Thank you.
Oh dear.
So I'm being very distracted by Joey, who's doing all sorts of things.
Oh, I've got a very loud wood pigeon in the background. So
good.
Apologies if you can hear that.
Fluff. But yeah, so we found this film, Dead of Night, which it's basically it was like a whole bunch of short stories, like short horror stories, exactly the kind of thing we've been reading on this channel. One of them even written by H.G. Wells, which you identified as the.
I think it was the Inexperienced Ghost, or very similar to the Inexperienced Ghost.
Yeah.
I was like, I recognise this one.
Yeah, it's basically an adaptation of that. And yeah, we went in kind of expecting sort of a silly, goofy, slightly campy time, and it turns out it's just a really good film. It wasn't like, I'm so chilled and scared, now I can't sleep. But it was
disconcerting.
Yeah, it was good. Just a whole lot of short stories with some very good, simple premises, and no like really dated special effects.
Nope.
No like obvious guy in a rubber monster suit with makeup that's like, you know, dripping off his face or anything. It's like, it's just real good, real solid. And so
good
why do I have
too.
spooky music? Oh, it's Minecraft. Okay, I'll let it ride.
Works with what we're talking about.
Yeah. And so kind of off the back of that, we were like, ooh, that would be fun to watch with the community. Like like that's not a film in the public domain, so we wouldn't be able to stream it on Twitch and like keep a record of it on YouTube. But I've been thinking it might be fun to try and do that, either like that film or find some others from like a similar era, of which I've seen a couple others come up which look like they could be good for it. And yeah, maybe try and find a time to do that on the Discord. So like stream it and just every like not sit and like talk over it, but just essentially just hang out and watch a film together on the Discord, which I thought might be fun, and you seem to agree might be fun. So yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I might try and work that in, whether instead of a stream on the Twitch channel or as like an extracurricular kind of thing. Like, okay, cool, stream's done. Now we're going to head over to the Discord and watch a film. Come join. That kind of thing could be nice. But yeah, this is all part of the planning. Yeah.
We may or may not also possibly maybe do something with a special guest. Not you, wood pigeon.
I mean, probably.
Sorry.
We don't have a lot to say over that.
It's on the roof.
Yeah. Me. Ooh.
We done yet?
But yes, we have a special guest who has offered their services.
Yes.
And make them. Yeah. So we might need to try and figure something out there as well.
Yes. I feel like plays might work a little bit better with
people,
possibly. It's Joey. It's Joey's gonna read a story. I mean, we could literally just stick a camera up, like where Joey put a book next to him and just hear the.
Yeah. Just clear my desk and just point the camera at the cube for when he goes in there.
Yeah, I would like to do a poetry stream, certainly. Whether we do that together or not.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's so loud. It's doing a very good job. It's notifying everybody of its presence.
Fritz Lang film. All right.
Oh, okay. Who also did Metropolis? Yes,
Yeah.
This is true. I
just watch
have
Metropolis.
Watched Metropolis.
Just start.
We could
start at the beginning.
Yeah. Or do what? So I was at a festival a number of years back in like 2019, and it was kind of, there was a lot of like new contemporary music and stuff, hence why I was there. One of the things that people did was improvise a score to a screening of Metropolis.
Right.
And it was so rad. It was so cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, that was very cool.
Nice.
So I don't think I've actually heard it with its original soundtrack.
Yeah.
If it even has one. It's silent? No, it does have a soundtrack, doesn't it? I think, anyway.
Yeah, it must do.
But yes, I will definitely try and do a poetry stream,
Yeah.
either by myself or with Sam.
Yeah. So that's, I feel like that's kind of the length and breadth of the ideas we've been kicking around so far. We've not like sorted out a schedule or rejected anything on the grounds of being too much or tricky to organise or anything like that. But as I say,
if anybody has,
suggestions, things you really liked from the last one, or things that, and it can be like, hey, this stream was fun, or this time was really good for me. That kind of thing is all good information for us.
Yep.
So yeah, look forward to that.
We would like your feedback, because you guys are very important in this whole thing.
Yeah.
We would not be here if it weren't for you.
Not that you'd know that, because if you weren't aware of the channel, then you wouldn't know that we weren't here to do it.
If a chat falls in a forest.
Yeah. If a streamer streams to no viewers.
Yeah. Do they actually stream?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Only found YouTube videos with subtitles of M. Oh, okay. A city looking for bird. Well, I'm going to write that down. I have a text document with very little information in it, but yeah, I'll give that a look.
Yeah. Did you say when book week is yet? Yes, Arian. Should be the 8th to the 15th of August. Which I realise is like a Thursday to a Thursday or something.
Yeah.
Or Friday to a Thursday, because
It's
that annoying bit of time. It's 7 days.
Yeah.
But if I do it if we do like Thursday to Thursday, 8 days. So I was thinking maybe stick to 7 days.
Yeah.
So, and also the 14th is our actual channel anniversary, I think.
Yeah.
That falls on a Wednesday, so I'll just be doing my regular stream then. So I thought it might be nice to have like a closing stream of some description on the Thursday.
Oh, cheers, Hoshi.
So,
thank you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was wondering whether to do some kind of music and literature stream, like pieces of music that are based on literature, or something. But I feel like that might be a difficult one Twitch-wise, just because again, don't know what's going to be muted.
Yeah, music. Is
I mean, everything that I would have chosen would be classical, but still.
Yeah.
Twitch can be a bit iffy with that.
I worry that I'm just going to do sci-fi again, because
you've been reading the scary book that scared Joey.
Yes. The books that I've read recently are is Annihilation. That's the only one I've actually finished. But I've posted about it on the Discord. This thing, Black Moon by Kenneth Calhoun, which is great because it rhymes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, as you say about it scaring Joey, I was, like, sat in bed reading this the other day, just on my lap like this, just like that, and Joey jumped up onto the bed and startled, like he'd just come face to face with another cat. And it took me a second to, like, why, what's scary about this? Where's the camera?
Yeah.
He jumped up and just been confronted by seemingly an enormous
pair of eyes,
an enormous owl face. You were like, oh, that's an owl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just big eyes. Like, it is a good book. Like, on it made me startle. I was like, what's good? Blah! Okay. Like it got me. But yeah, like I'm really enjoying this. I think it's very good. It's about, like, I'm not finished yet. I don't know where it goes. But it's I guess broadly a zombie apocalypse story, but the zombie virus is insomnia, and it's really sad and sympathetic for the people afflicted by it. Like, I was saying this to you while we were sat outside and you finished Annihilation and I'm like on chapter 3 of this. That I feel like in so much zombie fiction, which I feel like such an adolescent man talking like, oh yeah, I love reading books. I do. They're all zombie fiction stories. Have you read The Walking Dead? If Shark walks in here, he will come for me. But like, so much zombie fiction feels like we try to make you sad because the male protagonist's mum got bitten or something, and this isn't like a Shaun of the Dead call out, because in Shaun of the Dead it genuinely is like, oh, that's sad and moving.
Yeah, they do it well.
Yeah, and then she just gets shot in the head. And like in so much zombie fiction, it's like, oh, we want you to be sad for the victor, for the people who are going to turn or whatever, because they recognize that they're going to die and they're sad and stuff. But I always get the feeling like it cannot wait to just go weapons free in a target rich environment. Like, it's like, oh, I'm really sad for my wife who got bitten by a zombie and is now about to turn, as I'm loading shells into the shotgun and just ready to and you're always waiting for the action scene when, right, let's go, load up the guns and start lobbing grenades, we're gonna go, like, let's go killing. And this, I don't know if it's going to turn like that, but it doesn't feel like it is. It just makes me really sad, in a good way. Like, oh, wow, you like feeling sad? That's weird. But it makes me feel really sad for the victims, and I think partly it's because it's insomnia. It's people who can't sleep, and I've felt that tiredness. Like, I recognise that crushing despair of, I need to sleep. I have to sleep. It is imperative that I sleep. And I cannot. And just the way that this completely destroys these people. And it's tragic in that way. And the effects it has on them and on their loved ones having to witness this. And it's like, oh, that's... Yeah, like a zombie disease as kind of a degenerative thing, rather than just, rah, I'm a monster now, you can shoot me in the head. Yeah. It's like, oh, I recognise you are still the person... You are still the person that I love, let alone loved, they're dead now. It's like, yeah, it's good in that way. Ignore all these other zombies are people too. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm sad about this one.
This one's special. Yeah.
Those over there, no. We just, like, again, let's go. And this is like, no, every one of these used to be, still is, a person. But yeah, it's much more treating it like a degenerative illness rather than just like, that's it, you're a target now. So, yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I need to carry on with it, actually. I've not read it in a few days.
I need to start the rest of the Southern Reach.
I mean, you'll be through it in an afternoon.
Yeah, probably. I still got a copy of Dune that Diana got me.
Oh yeah, wow.
I should probably start reading that at some point.
That
will take me more than an afternoon.
I really like, actually, that it's Diana that got you a copy of Dune. I've never read Dune, but like for the stereotype of, like, if someone were to, if you were to say, like, okay, who in your life got you a copy of Dune, you would expect it to be.
It would definitely be you.
It would be me. It's like, no, I've never even. I've seen the film. And I've seen the David Lynch film, and that's literally like my sum total experience of Dune. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I've never read it. I've never been bothered to read it. Yeah. My dad has. And it's like, it starts getting weird as you get into, and famously so, as you start getting through the later books, it gets weird.
That checks out. Sounds like Dune.
Yeah. But I guess that's our books, what we've been doing.
I don't think I've read anything else. Oh, I read when I was in Czechia. I read. In fact, have we streamed since then? We must have streamed since then. Streamed in July. Is it July? It's still July. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not August yet.
When was the last one of these? The last one of these. Oh, wasn't a month ago.
Yeah, but it would have been before I.
Yeah.
Probably before. Yes, it would have been before I went away to Czechia for 2 weeks, because I came back in, and it was the 1st of July when I came back. So the last one would have been just before then. But yeah, I got a book called The Deer Horde, which just sounds Geordie, but it's not. I think it's Deor. I think it's like Deor Horde actually.
Yeah.
Which is Old English, and it's an Old English bestiary, and it's really quite interesting. And it's basically like the origins of like why we call certain animals certain things, animals that no one's really sure what they are, but like basically the first bestiary.
Yeah.
That was written, and like the first kind of accounts of various animals in.
Does the title mean deer herd?
Horde. No, horde means like horde.
Oh right, okay.
As in collection.
Yeah.
And Deor is just animals, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, it's very interesting to see how words have kind of got a lot more specific over time.
Yeah.
Or got a lot more general over time.
Yeah.
Because
I'd always been led to believe that was part of the etymology of my surname.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What? Dar being deer.
Yeah. Dar being derived from Deor. This was I don't know how accurate this is, so there's probably going to be a linguist in chat who can go, no, Sam, that's completely wrong. Oh yeah, no, that checks out. Seemingly the etymology of my surname was like deer forest, something like that. Which, as I say, I don't know how accurate that is. That's just always what I had kind of taken as read from a thing.
No, I've just done a quick Google from Old English Deor, beast or deer, and Lea, woodland clearing. The surname was taken to Ireland in the 17th century.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I can't remember. I think it said that like deer, probably could be used for deer as well. I think. I'm not sure deer were mentioned in it.
Oh, Kalmasil means hole, apparently.
Nice. I have no idea what mine is. I think mine's a spelling mistake.
Yeah, probably.
It's definitely meant to be Humphreys, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I really wish I had to sign a contract again recently. It was Humphreys. It's like, do I tell them?
Oh.
It's like, technically I've signed this, but also technically I haven't.
Yeah.
Because I am not the person that it says. You have a co-worker whose last name is Hole. Incredible.
Great.
Nice. Or Valley or Depression.
How millennial of you.
Yeah, my surname means depression. What does yours mean? Oh, mine means anxiety. The 21st century surnames. I've got a pigeon again.
Hey.
There's some interesting names on the radio when listening to the Olympics. Oh yeah, there's some good names. Some excellent names. Yours was possibly anglicised from something else because it doesn't seem to fit with what we know about family came from, but you have no idea what. Yeah. Well, this is the thing,
pants?
isn't it? It's like, yeah, definitely anglicised. So much so we don't use that anymore.
No.
Although again, fun fact, pantaloons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Americans are actually using an older form of English, and we're all like, oh my god, Americans have butchered the English language. It's like, no, they're actually using more correct English.
Yeah.
If you go back further, the Americans are actually speaking the language that we spoke until we decided that French was cool.
Yeah.
And posh.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, well, in that case, we must put French into our language. Yes. Yeah. Like, yeah. Brit, Ireland, Frank. I do not know how to pronounce that. I never know how to pronounce the I and the J together.
It's just like, would that just be like, not going fully into like Riker? I'm assuming you got to like roll the R a little like a Riker or something, but Riker.
I was, and I think I told you this when I was in. Oh, nice! You nailed it.
Yes.
When I was in.
I gave a few options, but yeah.
True. There was one of the singers that I was working with was Dutch, and her name was Trauke. It was spelt Truike. I'm sorry, the Netherlands. That's not how. What? UI does not make an ow sound. What's? It's all right. I jest. The Netherlands is very cool. Dutch is cool. It's just very confusing. But it was quite funny because the oboist I was kind of hanging out with a lot was Dutch. So he was just like, "Oh yeah, this is how you pronounce her name." And I was like, "Why?" And he's, "I don't know." It's just like, okay, well, I'm glad you think your language is silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll speak the recent.
Soccer.
I was going to say, yeah, I have also heard that soccer is technically the more historically correct correct name for it. And so, again, Americans be like, well, actually, if we call it soccer, then we're being more correct than you. And like, yeah, but we also recognise that was foolish, and so we changed it to a name that describes it better. What's your excuse?
Yes, quite. It's the fault of Oxford students. It's always the fault of Oxford students.
Bloody Oxford students.
Your brain doesn't do well with hearing spelling. What was their name? Their name was Trauke, which I believe is spelt Truike. So, in like my looking at it, I would assume it's Troika, or
Troika.
Something similar. But no, it's Trauke.
You got to sort of bounce through it a little bit.
That area.
Yeah, Troika.
If I'm wrong, then I'm going to message this guy and go, "You lied to me."
What the hell did you say to me?
Yes. You went AFK. We're still talking about the Olympics. Well, we're not really. We've gone full
We went away and came back round.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to be swapping over to a game in a minute, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But it was quite funny actually because we all had not a name you've come across. Oh, okay. Because we were all having lunch together. And he just sort of walked up to her and started talking to her in Dutch, and she just had this whole like, what? Oh, like she'd been speaking English, so she was just like full on, just like, I did not expect someone to come up to me and start speaking my native language. Just, it was very entertaining. Just like had to like fully change gear to start speaking in Dutch.
There is also the allowance for like there's like when it comes to names as well. I feel like a lot of the time pronunciation rules can go out the window, in that 10 different people can have the same surname and they will all pronounce it differently. Depending on like where you're coming from in the country, where your parents are from, where your family's from, it'll be So there's a lot of different variants that can come to. I don't know how true that is in other countries as well, but certainly in English, once again, the rules do not indicate how you should pronounce a thing, and people will tell you are wrong if you read a thing, say it as it is written, and don't nail it on the first try and go, what?
How do you not know how that's pronounced? It's like, well, because I've never heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can confirm it feels very awkward when someone suddenly speaks Dutch when you're not expecting it. Nice. Excellent. Nobody expects the Dutch.
Nope.
English doesn't make any sense. No.
No. It is a joke language. A cruel practical joke, like inflicted upon the rest of the world. We're sorry.
Yeah. We just went, we like a bit of this language and that and that one too.
It's like,
does this fit? Not really. Let's just cram it all into one.
I was watching this last night. I was watching Graham Stark from Loading Ready Run, who made like a series of vlogs from Barcelona, where
nice,
because they're over like a Magic the Gathering event in Spain. I think probably in Barcelona. And so he's there, you know, they're Canadian, you know, so obviously speaking English and stuff, but they're in Barcelona. And then behind him I saw like an open top tourist bus with English written down the side of it. And like I'm just looking at that like that I'm sorry to the rest of the world. I'm making eye contact with the camera. I am really sorry that you have to live like this. Because we've done it. Like, you shouldn't have to be using our language on your signage in your countries. It's not going to be to appease us. It's going to be because it is like a fairly commonly known language around the world. But it's kind of taken the piss that it is because it's a silly joke language, and I don't blame the rest of the world if that's what radicalized you and made you hate us.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
As well as everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Neve. Yeah, Neve's
Oh
great.
yeah.
Irish names, Gaelic names are hilarious. And like they are incredible and they're very pretty.
Siobhan, really?
Siobhan, Siobhan,
Yeah.
Owen, Eogan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
I can't think. But yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Gaelic's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then there's Welsh. No. Can I summon Trelawney? No.
Please use vowels. Please use vowels.
Yes. Well, it's very entertaining because a friend of mine has recently moved to Wales. Not very far into Wales, but Wales. And it's just very entertaining because I drove to hers and just the signs are so much bigger because they have to be. Because Welsh words are so bloody long because they got so many consonants in them.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need 3 L's and 2 Y's?
And thank you, Angeline. Thank you very much for the 16 months.
Thank you. Any name with the MH or BH combos in is fun. Yes, agreed. Oh, Rory's another good one. That's DH, isn't it? Rory. Yeah.
Rory.
Right. Anyway.
Well, now that we've offended everybody.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, we basically
the rest of the British
language the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaelic is prettier than English, I will say.
Oh yeah,
as is
for
Welsh.
sure. Yeah.
But I feel like Welsh, you could cut down on the number of letters you use. Just a tip there.
Yeah.
Mind you, we've got Loughborough and Wyndham and Haysborough, Bicester.
Which, living near, I used to pronounce it. I used to pronounce it Bicester.
Oh,
and I knew people that came from Bicester. And and it was only.
You thought it was a different place.
I did. I thought it was just a different place that I'd never seen on any signs. And eventually, someone I think it was on TV or something. Someone read out the name Bicester with the text on screen, and I was like, "Oh!" I felt very smart that day.
Yeah.
So Boogalooga is that Australian?
Real answer was the Latin alphabet wasn't designed for Welsh. They just kind of shoehorned it on there. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I was like, well.
So okay, so seeing what Parola, I was just reading that. Tried to explain to Dave how to.
Yeah, is it Yevle or Yevel? Because we would say Yevel.
Yeah, VLE would be Vol to me.
Yeah. Siren Sisters, what? Why? Because it could be an S. I mean,
I guess it's because that one is Cirencester, not Cirenster.
Oh yeah. That's true.
In everything else, you're told if it's CESTER, then it's st.
Yeah, good one. Toaster. Toaster's still one of my favourite places.
Yeah.
Towchester.
One of the joke names of Loughborough, right? Oh, yes.
Laugbarraug, which I've actually heard spoken by an American on the tube once, and I was desperately trying not to crack up with laughter. We're going to Laugbarraug. I was like, woohoo!
I think it was once in Billiam's chat. I called it Lubega.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah, that's excellent.
Because it hangs together entirely too well. Like, oh, great, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where member number 5 comes from.
Yep. Brilliant. Americans, yes. How do Americans say Edinburgh? Oh God, no. Sorry, I was trying to pronounce it the way I think Americans would pronounce.
Yeah.
How do they do it?
American.
Yes, Greenwich.
Yeah, Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, Edinburgh. No, Edinburgh or Edinburgh.
Oh yeah, Edinburgh. That's the one, isn't it? Mambo number 5 is great.
Yeah, I've heard.
Edinburgh.
I think Edinburgh is more common, but yeah.
Sorry, Scotland.
No, that's not us. That's Americans.
We can pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
Yes. Edinburgh.
And well, I honestly think the more egregious one is Glasgow.
Glasgow. Oh God, I've never heard that one.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard it. Don't Moscow this. No. Moscow makes me angry.
Especially to someone from Glasgow, they will probably punch your lights out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Glasgow. You're actually fine.
They might be violent, or they might just mercilessly rip the piss out of you for the rest of your life, and there is nothing you can do about it. With the Glasgow mule.
Okay. Oh dear. Right, we're gonna stop dunking on.
Yeah.
Place names.
Well, I was going to say, Moscow area. Like that is how I've heard so many American pronunciations of
I know, it's
Moscow.
awful.
Moscow.
Moscow.
Don't.
The cow of Mars.
Oh. Anyway, now that we've successfully just been real mean about the way everybody pronounces things.
Yep.
Should we head to a break and swap over to a video game?
Yeah, let's do that. Insulted the entire chat. That's what we do.
Yeah. It's one of those Twitch chats where, you know, we joke at your expense and you joke at ours.
Yes, Amras, get that out of the chat. That's hideous.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yes. Milan.
Yeah, you did insult us right back, and it's totally earned.
Yeah.
No.
It's how we bond.
Mm-hmm.
You can rest easy in the knowledge that you can pronounce. Now, Louisville? Because that word is Louis.
Louisville. Louisville, if you're French.
Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville.
Louis. As few syllables as possible. Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville.
Loewe, that's just a brand. Lovell.
Piss off.
Okay, let's go to a break.
Get out. You're
not allowed that.
In no world is that I want to. Unfortunately, I have to put my hand on the mouse to like smash cut to a break. But I was like, no, that is not. That is no. Okay.
No. It's a southern thing.
I don't care.
No. Even other Americans get that wrong.
No.
Wrong. I wonder why. No, other Americans get it right.
Yes.
It's everybody who says it the way you said it.
No,
wrong.
It's the children who are wrong. This is what you are doing. You are Seymour Skinner standing by the window going, am I wrong? No, it's the children who are wrong. That is not. You cannot follow those rules. The rules of the language you purport to speak, and reach the conclusion that that word should be pronounced Lovell. I will not allow it. Lucy, please take us to a break. I need to go.
I can't take you to a break. I'm not screaming. You're the one screaming.
We'll see you in 5 minutes, everyone. And hopefully chat will behave itself. We'll be back with, actually, funnily enough, the game that this music is from. This is from Citizen Sleeper, which we're going to part 2 of. So let's see how our human consciousness in a robot body proceeds from here. See you in 5 minutes, friends. Bye for now.
Bing.